Hey guys, it's John here. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm making my video from Moon River Ranch in Texas, Satin, Texas, and I thought I would give you a kind of an idea of what a Wild West cowboy might be shaving with. So we're going to start off the shave with an 1890s straight razor. And this is a Sheffield, England Weight and Butcher with horn scales. I'm also going to show you the brush. So in a mason jar, because that's how they might have soaked their stuff back in the day, I'm not sure, but I have a Horn Badger brush, and it's about a 10 mil brush. It's very thin, but Badger was very expensive and was imported from Europe back in the day. So they didn't have very many Badger brushes back in the day. You might have seen a boar or a horsehair brush. And so this is what we're using today. If they were on a cattle ranch or something, they might be using a cup like this, which is a tin coffee cup, and they would put their soap in the bottom of it. And they would use that to lather up their stuff. And then I'm gonna build a lather on my brush. Now, their lather doesn't look like what you might think a lather today might look like, where it might be nice and thick and luxurious. They might have just had a lather just enough to get by to make a shave, to get their shave on. So this is an Old West Williams mug shaving soap that's in this, the puck. And it's from the early 1800s when Williams mugs was made. And you could see I'm building a lather here in the bowl. And back in the old days, what I imagine they didn't really do 3-pass shaves and stuff like that. And also cold water. You know, if you were on a trail ride and you had maybe one guy did all the shaves and owned the razor. So we're going to do a really nice 1-pass shave like I think they might have done in the Old West. Now if you were in a barber shop, that might be a little different. You know, you might have gotten an awesome 2 or 3-pass shave, and they with a hot towel. Who knows? I'm not really sure. You don't see too many videos on shaving in the Old West. Now, what I wanted to show you also was, if you were from that time period, you wouldn't have had a lot of hones. You would have had something that was looked like this, a small hone that was around 8 or 1200 on one side and maybe 400 or 600 on the other. And that's what you would have kept your razor up with. And you would have used the soap from your face and put it onto the hone. So you would have just taken some of the soap and you would have lathered this, because they didn't have the facilities that we do nowadays. And then you would have just touched it up a little, made sure it was nice and sharp. The edge was perfect for shaving. And then when you finish doing that, then what you would do is you would take it and you'd put it on a strop like this. This is cowhide, and you would have attached your strop and you would have stropped it up and down to get the edge nice and keen for your shave. And the other thing that you might have used was you might have had a small mirror like this, something very small that you would have been looking into. And back in those days, mirrors weren't the best, so you had to be very careful with your shave. So I'm going to take my hat off, and then I'm going to do 1 pass with the grain. So I'm going to stretch. I'm going to start at the top. And you got to remember that shaving with a straight razor hasn't changed in a long, long, long time. And if you had to shave yourself, this is exactly how you'd be doing it. Now, on the ranch, when the ranch hands were out with the cattle, if they were doing a run or something with the cattle, they probably weren't shaving at all. They were probably letting their beards grow, and then when they came back into town, they would go to a barber or have maybe the cook. They might have been the ones that pulled the razor out and shaved you. If you decide you want to try the straight razor shave, which is, as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the most manly things you can learn and do. You make sure you stretch your skin always. If you didn't stretch your skin and you were doing one pass, you didn't get a very close shave to begin with. So you always wanted it. And you had a towel of some sort that you threw over your shoulder maybe to wipe off with. So I wipe my blade off, close my blade up. I'll put it back in my leather. My friend Robert Malewski made this for me. And I'll put this back in my holder. So I got my razor nice and clean. And then I'll strop it maybe a few times for the next round. And then I would use my towel, just wipe off, you know, get all ready for the day. And let me put my hat back on. So if you were going to a dance maybe after, you know, and you were all shaved up, you might want to use some Lilac Vegital. And it's an old recipe from way back. And you know, you would put it on and that smells delicious. So again, I want to thank you all for watching. If you all have any questions or comments, please leave them below. So if you guys find any information, please put it below. I'd love to hear from you. Well, this is John, the SMG, and I just did a awesome cowboy shave on the Moon River Ranch in Satin, Texas. Have a wonderful day and an even better shave. Take care.